IRL streamer faced life in prison for this. Lock in.
This live streamer was potentially facing life in prison after allegedly kidnapping his ex-girlfriend at gunpoint, but now, in a strange turn of events, is back to live streaming again. And all of this happened a year after he reportedly caught her cheating on him while they were both live streaming together. So what's absolutely crazy about this story is most of it happened while they were live. And all of this was following about 2 years of an extremely toxic—
Bro, one thing that I will never understand, never ever in my life understand, two things. Doing something criminal, right? You're a criminal, you're doing something illegal, and you live stream it or you record it and then you post it on the internet. That is one of the dumbest things to do. And then number two, doing dumb for a clip to get a little bit of clout on social media. I will never understand it. It is dumb. Like, this just doesn't make sense, bro. It's stupid. People that oh my god, dude. Like those old prank channels back in the day on YouTube. I used to watch them when I was little and they were like enjoyable, but now that I'm older and I look back on it, I'm like, dude, what the were you doing? One, it's so embarrassing, and two, you're just a idiot for messing with people, and nobody likes somebody like that. Honestly, I feel like nowadays the streamers that are the most successful are the streamers that are relatable. Somebody that is down to earth, somebody that can relate with his chat. There was a streamer once who got shot by SWAT on stream because of follower prank called. Dude, that's another thing too. I don't understand why people call SWAT on streamers. Like, you will go to jail for that, and I don't think people understand that. And it's literally kids. It's kids that do it because they think it's hilarious, but then they're getting sent to the pound and they're gone. Bye bye. Dude, it's stupid.
Turbulent relationship. Yeah, it's safe to say that things escalated a little bit more than expected here. So meet Timothy Brooks, better known as Lil Gara, a 20-year-old Twitch streamer who's essentially been building up a decent Twitch following on the Grand Theft Auto role-playing community, which, if you're not familiar with, it's essentially where streamers role-play with other players as different characters in a modded—
Plus, streamer getting killed because of a prank is even worse. Yeah, bro. I mean, it could literally just happen like that. And I don't think those kids understand that. Somebody could end up getting hurt or killed, like in that instance, and then your life is fucked. Bro, it's crazy, bro. And that can literally happen to anybody. It's happened to so many popular live streamers.
Version of Grand Theft Auto 5.
I got one guy in the shower with a microwave.
Within these servers, they can have jobs, form friendships, create their own story, almost like a simulated version of real life. This guy was a typical young streamer, trying to make it big, doing IRL content mixed with gaming.
Man, it's your boy Gardon Dada.
With his primary focus always being on his GTA 5 role-playing content, until he became infamous for the wrong reasons. And I mean, this whole situation is just a perfect example of how toxic relationships can spiral completely out of control when you add the social media factor into the mix. Now, to fully understand the story, we need to go back in time to April 2024, when Gara and his girlfriend decided to stream an IRL date at a local restaurant. It was just a normal couple's night out, other than the fact that they were broadcasting it live to their Twitch viewers. They started by ordering drinks and then browsing the menu. You know, typical things you would do at a restaurant. And this is where things went completely off the rails, because as soon as he got a hold of her phone, he started scrolling through it. And you can watch his face visibly change in real time as he discovers something. The girlfriend quickly realizes what was happening and snatches the phone back and begins to act extremely defensive. All while, I guess, the streamer just sits there, mouth wide open, completely speechless.
That is another thing too that like is weird about social media, especially recently with the people that are parasocials. The parasocials online are weird, bro. Like, death threats are being sent to people, and like, it's not even a real relationship, but even just putting your relationship out there on the internet is scary, bro, because you never know what could happen. Or if something small happens and then all the social media and your whole platform is attacking her or attacking you, and then you and her don't have an issue, and then you start fighting, and then boom, it could blow up into something where you're no longer with her. I don't understand it, bro. That's all TikTok is nowadays. TikTok, a lot of Twitch streamers that are like talking to girls and stuff, their chat knows about it. Oh my god, it's blown up, and death threats are being sent to any girl that talks to that guy. I'm at a loss for words, bro. It just doesn't make sense.
What are you doing? What are you doing? Bro, what is your problem? What is your problem? What is your problem, bro? Bro, what is your problem?
Why? And I don't understand why he's trying to like turn that into a clip. Just break up with her, take your phone, pay for the bill, and walk out and never talk to her again. It's as easy as that. And this guy goes and kidnaps her? What? For a clip? To go viral?
And then the stream just abruptly ends. So obviously, most people could guess what just happened. He caught his girlfriend cheating while on a date with hundreds of people watching. And the clip went viral back then, even drawing the attention of bigger streamers like FaZe Silky, who has also collaborated with Gara previously.
Just
and
walk
later
out,
that day,
bro.
Gara called up Silky during his stream to explain exactly what he discovered on his girlfriend's phone. According to him, she'd been getting clever about how she was hiding her supposed cheating.
Silky, these bitches are getting clever, gang. You know what they're doing?
What?
And I noticed this in 1 second. Bro, when they link you, they're unsaving their numbers, so when they call them, it's random numbers, bro. Yo. and I'm looking at it, and I'm looking at every in her, and I'm looking at, I clicked the message, she said, I miss you so bad, this, yo, a real conversation, gang, and it's all, like, 2 hours ago, bro. 2 hours, like, you feel me? And I'm realizing this all in 1 second, I'm like, I swipe down to the notifications. I see the same number. Texted her.
Bro.
Unsaved number.
I understand trying to get a clip and stuff and trying to go viral for that, but like at the end of the day, that guy probably still loves her, obviously, because he's mad about it, so he's hurt. Don't say anything. Say that you guys just split up and then leave it at that. Never talk to her again. Never talk about her again on your stream. That's how bad shit happens. That's how death threats are sent. One day when I become a big streamer, I will never put my significant other out on the internet. Unless they wanted to be. But I would never do that. Because you have no idea. Like, I can't imagine what the biggest streamers in the world that have a girlfriend go through on a daily basis. That shit can get scary, bro.
Straight messages through that, gang.
So you started scrolling that mad fast. I see you scrolling mad fast.
Yo, I started scrolling mad fast, gang.
Nah, look at this nigga eyes. Yo, I'm looking at the clip, yo, bro.
Gara also posted about this incident on Twitter saying, disappointed. My fault. I didn't mean for it to go like that. Did only a 10-minute stream. Screw these girls. We on that grind. I'm way too genuine. Meanwhile, she called 12. So the girlfriend in question here is India, who goes by India Baby on social media.
Oh,
Similar
damn.
to her ex-boyfriend, she's also what you would call a niche personality, but still pretty popular within her target audience. India's been within the streaming scene for a while now, dating back as far as 2020 when she used to play NBA 2K and GTA RP. As a result, she became popular in both these communities, and in the past, was also featured on one of Kai Cenat's E-Date streams.
Do you have any tattoos?
Do I have any tattoos? No, I love your tattoos.
Thank you.
I mean, it is safe to say this whole cheating story from 2024 gains an entirely different perspective when told from her point of view. Because when this clip was posted on Twitter claiming that she was Gara's wife at the time of the live stream, her followers were actually quick to correct that statement, saying that they weren't married or even together, but rather each other's exes at the time of that incident. So India not only confirmed this last statement, but also claimed that it was Gara who cheated on her first back in 2023. Since then, they haven't been back together, and this date he streamed where he caught her cheating was supposedly a second chance she gave him to fix things up, which to me sounds even crazier because why would they want to live stream that?
Exactly, bro. Just
I mean, it really just
never
goes to
talk
show you that
her
the internet
again.
has really messed up what people's perspective of a healthy relationship is.
For
But I mean, hey, I
real,
guess if it
bro.
goes really wrong or really right, that's content. Because that's like the only upside I can see with live streaming your entire life like this. And just like that, the stream ended. According to her Instagram stories, Gara had stolen her bag and then thrown it into a lake. He also apparently stole $3,000 from her, that's a lot of money. And honestly, that was a massive red flag for what was going to come. And also a good reason for why she would want to call the cops on the guy after the date was over. Apparently, Gara and India's relationships have always been this like toxic pattern of breakup, makeup, and repeat. So we've already had confirmation that they were together in 2023 because that was when Gara allegedly first cheated on her. And it was also likely before June of that year because in June of 2023, India was spotted at a hotel with an upcoming Chicago artist by name of Lil Jeremy hugging him. So I'm
Bro,
assuming
I don't understand why you would still want to get with girls that are all like that on social media, that are just putting themselves out there on social media. That is a recipe for failure. And even for the content is dumb. That is a dumb way to build an audience.
point, but who knows? And it seems like they may have even been dating in 2022. Funnily enough, in October of 2024, 6 months after the whole restaurant incident, India reposted a TikTok video, I guess maybe a joke, about cheating being her favorite hobby. So, I mean, yeah, things get a little bit more complicated when the story goes to that gray area where it's hard to determine who's really at fault within the relationship and for why it didn't work out. But, you know, in most relationships, it's a two-way street. But either way, it definitely looks like we got two people bringing out the absolute worst in each other. And this was all in the midst of an extremely toxic 2-year relationship.
And it's all on social media. That shit is crazy, bro. I used to watch Gara too until this happened. What? I've never heard about this guy before. You know about this story? Holy shit. Yeah, I've never heard of him. I knew about Silky back then, but I didn't know about this guy. He was hella funny. Some of these streamers are fucking, can get crazy, bro. Like, you never know what they be doing behind the scenes. Damn, bro. I watched a stream where he figured out she was cheating. So you watched that whole dinner scene? Damn, bro. If he talked to Silky, he was probably a bigger streamer. For you to know about this story? Holy shit. That's crazy.
But I guess little did anyone know that this would eventually escalate to something way more dangerous. Because fast forward to May 27th of this year, police reports of Gara's arrest started going viral after Twitter user NetClips posted Gara's mugshot on his page. And this was taken from the Miami-Dade County's mugshot Facebook page. And it's safe to say the charges were insane. You would think they were given to him in the Grand Theft Auto role-playing server. Kidnapping with a weapon, firearm.
I don't know how I've never heard of this guy, because I know I used to watch Silky quite a bit back then, but I've never heard of this guy.
Or aggravated battery. Burglary with assault or battery, punishable by life. Then finally, to top everything off, carrying a concealed weapon. According to official police statements, the cops responded to reports of a kidnapping at 538 Northeast 61st Street, Miami, Florida, following a 911 call from a female stating someone—
Of course it was in Florida, bro. That's where all the crazy shit happens. Nah, dude, that's crazy. He didn't, like, live stream this or anything, did he? Or record any of it? I hope he didn't.
a firearm to her head. And the incident had at least 4 witnesses. And even though India herself refused to give a statement and press charges against her streamers—
How you pushing him after you got him put in jail? After he did what he did to me, the police were called to the scene by the witness. I refused to give a statement and didn't press charges. What? What? He's in jail because of the witnesses, and it doesn't change the fact I still love him and care about him even after he crashed out. So no, I didn't put him in jail. The state did. How? Oh my god. How the can you say that you still love a guy that kidnapped you at gunpoint? What? All because of what? What even happened? It just randomly one night he did it? Or what?
situationship, the witnesses didn't follow her lead and decided to cooperate with authorities independently. Allegedly, one of the witnesses was India's friend, who had recently arrived in town with the victim at the time of the incident, who reported that they were both staying at an Airbnb located at that address where the incident took place. And I'll be referring to them as Witness 1, as stated in the official document. And they were the only ones inside the apartment when Witness 1 heard a loud banging at the front door, and upon looking through the window, saw Gara trying to break in. Witness 1 then alerted India, and both tried to prevent Gara from entering by physically holding the door shut. Gara then climbed up to the balcony and entered the apartment through a sliding door. Meanwhile, both India and the Witness 1 ran to a bedroom, attempting to lock themselves in. Gara then forced the door open, preventing it from closing, and then entered the room, where he grabbed India and allegedly slammed her against the wall. He then took 2 cell phones from the bedroom nightstand and proceeded to throw them off of the balcony, all while India went downstairs to retrieve her phone. Witness 1 tried to follow her, but Gara grabbed them and threw them to the ground. Gara then left the apartment and dragged India by her hair into a gray Mercedes-Benz parked outside. He then drove away from the scene with a woman inside, and at the traffic signs located at Biscayne Boulevard in Northeast 61st Street, India managed to jump out of—
Bro. And she still says I love him and care for him. What?
the car for a moment before Gara pulled her back into the car and fled southbound on Biscayne Boulevard on Northeast 61st Street. Approximately 1 hour and 40 minutes after the incident, a 911 call was received regarding a suspicious vehicle located in the alleyway on Northeast 16th Street. The vehicle description matched Gara's Mercedes, and that was how the police located the streamer. So after the news of Gara's arrest broke, India posted on her Instagram story addressing what had happened. She said, "I'm back. Thank you everyone who checked up on me while I went through something very traumatic, which almost caused me to lose my life. Story time tomorrow on..."
Bro. And she still says, "I didn't tell the police anything because I still love him." What? Average crime in Florida? For real, bro. This shit only happens in Florida. I swear. It's always Florida.
Stream. I love y'all. However, at the time of the video, she has not shared her whole side of the story publicly yet. So now, a lot has happened since I recorded the first part of this video, and honestly, this entire story has just taken some pretty wild turns that I honestly did not even expect. So first off, India finally came back to streaming after being away for nearly 2 months. I was curious to see if she would finally give us her full side of the story, especially after everything went down. But in her comeback stream, she didn't even really deep dive into what happened at all. She almost brings up the topic. You can tell she's thinking about it, but she doesn't elaborate much beyond the surface level. All she talks about is this hiatus of hers that lasted about 2 months because of her being depressed, going to therapy, and having nightmares. I wonder why, but who knows, I guess. She says she's now feeling better.
It was
And
fake.
she
No,
still
I just
loves
went through
him.
some stuff, and
Make it make sense.
basically I started like therapy, and so I've been in therapy. I've been trying to get myself together. I've been trying to get my head together. I've been trying to, like, I've just been depressed. So yeah, I literally just cut it. My hair grew a lot, like, for the past 2 months. But yeah, it was just like a lot. Like, I was just going through depression. I was going through so much stuff. Like, literally every day I would go to sleep and I would wake up to a nightmare. Like, all of my nightmares have been like, I just been having nightmares every day, and like my nightmares are always like I'm gonna get shot. I don't know if y'all know, but like I almost lost my life. I don't really want to talk about it, but I just been having a lot of nightmares, and so I started therapy. My mom put me to therapy, and I just needed some time to myself.
And after that, the stream just proceeded into her usual Grand Theft Auto content. The fact their relationship was this like weird cycle of breaking up and getting back together, and then it suddenly escalated to this, is pretty insane. It's not something you hear every day, to put it lightly. And what makes this all so much
He still streams? So he's not in jail for this. What? He was live 2 days ago? What the Holy shit.
dumber is the fact that so much of this was live streamed for the entire internet to see, and still it escalated to this. Now for Gara, he was released and he made his first public Twitter statement about the situation on Twitter on June 12th, 2025. In it, he mentions that he was charged with very serious offenses and having to sit in jail for weeks. But after numerous conversations between him and his lawyer, it was decided that there was no reasonable
What? And he only served a few weeks? That motherfucker is not gonna learn. America, land of the free, I guess. Bro, the thing that doesn't make sense is last night I watched a video and there was this guy that served like 2 years in prison. Maybe it was 5.5 years, actually. I think it was 5.5 years for pirating cable network, like pay-per-views and shit like that. And he served 5.5 years. And this kid only served a few weeks. And now what? And now he can just act like nothing ever happened and just continue doing what he did? Bro, what the he better at least be on like probation for 10 years plus.
likelihood of conviction, and therefore the state made a decision to not file criminal charges. He claims all the charges were dropped, and all the claims and statements made to the public by other parties were 100% false as an attempt to ruin his public image and life. Then on top of that, he's also apparently suing Miami police, especially for forcing max charges when told not to do so by the detectives themselves. In a statement, he says that it was a life-changing experience, not knowing whether he would come home to see his family, damaging thoughts of his career being over, and then, a lot of other hardships during this time.
Does he not
was also looking
understand that his career is over? He's done for. Like, this shit has already tarnished his name. He cannot come back from this.
forward to getting back to work and streaming, providing great content to his followers, putting an end to all the lies and rumors being spread about his name. And that's what he did, because on his comeback stream on June 24th, 2025, when someone in his chat asked about when Gara thought he would be able to tell what happened, he gave us more details about his POV after the incident.
Damn, it's just so much playing in my mind right now. Yo, it's so much I want to say, and it's just coming out at one time. When do you think you'll be able to tell what happened? I ain't gonna lie, chat. So look, right now, as of June 24th, all of my charges are dropped. But I'm getting threatened, chat. If I get locked up and they try to stick, you feel me? They try to, you know what I'm saying? Gang, this is what I'm dealing with. If I get locked up, we ride. You understand?
This motherfucker is not gonna learn from this. Bro, like, what is going on? He's joking about this. That's how you know he is not going to learn from this.
Fight, yo. We cannot let these demons, you know what I'm saying, do this to us, bro. Y'all see what I was dealing with. You understand? I'm just in a bad situation, bro. Like, I can't do nothing. And I learned my lesson, bro. Like,
No,
you know
the fuck you didn't. No, you didn't.
But I also refuse to be silenced. But I will also not say anything to my case. You understand that? Like, what I'm showing y'all isn't my case. This is just the type of person, this, that, and the third, like this crazy person. You know what I'm saying? How you got a case if the charges drop? Because you can still reopen. She can still reopen the case, bro. She been threatening me. Nah, I already talked to my lawyer, bro. Like, regardless, if something does happen,
No, the you can't. If he was already found guilty, case closed. You can't reopen that. That's double jeopardy. It's illegal. What? So now is he trying to drag it for clips?
this, that, and the third. I have all the proof. I have everything. Like, I have videos of her trying to, you feel what I'm saying, pop me. Like, she was trying to turn me into bro from New York, gang. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, yo, like, look, I have the video of that, bro. Bro, every time something happened, I have a video, gang. Like, I have a video of everything, bro. So
Okay, so that's pretty different. Gara, I guess now, is claiming that he was being threatened and showed a screenshot on the screen. The name of the person wasn't showing, so I would rather not jump into any conclusion yet. This whole situation is now turning into...
He's still making at least 800K a year after the incident. Bro, that shit does not make sense. Like, bro, what? That's crazy. And still, he's able to make that much money? Life works in weird ways. Yeah, a motherfucker like that. I mean, I know he was proven innocent, but still, to have that much evidence and allegedly it be true, motherfuckers like that do not deserve a platform. Maybe he's a funny guy, but sounds like a terrible person.
He said, she said situation. So hard to weigh in here. And he claims to have proof of everything that he said on stream. So this now is starting to seem like it's just the beginning of a much longer story that might still be unfolding in the following days.
That was a good video. Dude, I've never heard about this. This is crazy that you know about this. Look at his Twitch. What was his name? Gara? Okay. It just went on like nothing happened. Bro. Holy shit. Losses turned into lessons. That motherfucker is not gonna learn from that. Alright. Next video.